In this week's chapter of Naruto, we got some baby mama drama, and we find out that Shin is actually just a bunch of clones. Wow, Corey, really excited about this chapter. I thought that the beginning was actually kind of boring because I liked the last part better for some reason, because it was good to see Orochimaru. It was good to see, you know, the whole gang back together. And you know how our main female lead has that picture with Sasuke in the group back in the day. You know, she immediately recognizes them. And, you know, it's just fun to see those characters again. And Orochimaru looks so young, you know? Maybe it was ancient ninja magic, or maybe it was Maybelline.
So despite the fact that the beginning of the chapter was not all that exciting, there are some things to look out for. I really did like the big colored picture for the brand new Boruto movie. We get some great shots of Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, the very mysterious ninja child we still don't know anything about yet. I'm sure the movie is really going to expand on that character quite a bit. But this week's chapter was exciting because we got some big confirmations about Shin Uchiha and how basically he was this weird experiment who was created by Orochimaru in order to create spare body parts for Danzo. And this is very nice. It's basically connecting all the dots because we all have to admit, the first time we got to see Shin Uchiha like unsheath his arm and we saw that, we all thought that was Danzo at first. And then we got to see he was covered with eyes. He's basically just a more advanced strain, and he would use his body to actually create these smaller clones as like spare parts for either Danzo or even for like his own personalized army. And this Shin Uchiha basically escaped from Orochimaru, and he's getting ready to revive the Akatsuki with his clone army. And he literally sees them simply as just clones. He refers to them as his children, they refer to him as the father, but they really don't seem to have any sort of family dynamic whatsoever. He explains this to Sakura at the very beginning. There's another color panel where they're like opening up all the body parts. You could see all the guts and everything. It's all nasty.
Like broken organ was over there at the top of the page and stuff like that.
Total Ninja Frankenstein. It was pretty awesome. But what I really loved about this chapter was the freaking return of Orochimaru. This is something that they didn't even like show us at all at the very end of the final part of Naruto. Really what was going on with Orochimaru, Suigetsu, and Jugo. We get to see them all return this week. We don't get to see Karin quite yet, and that's because they're holding off on her character, building up more of the suspense, because in this week's chapter, at least according to Suigetsu, Karin is the mother of Sarada Uchiha. Now, I'm gonna call bullshit on this because the last person you want to call for a freaking science experiment is Suigetsu. The guy's kind of stupid. He's not exactly that smart. He literally has a waterhead. You don't want to trust this guy at all. So, I don't believe that scene whatsoever. I still think they're just trying to sort of build up a little bit of anticipation for that. And there's also some scenes with Chocho, which again, I just don't care for. It's all the same. Hey, 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 you guys want some chips? It's all the same with Chocho. Don't care. Let's get to more of the action, which is awesome.
So, Chocho is just really a one-note character. And if you're okay with that one-note song, then okay, you can tap your feet to it. But I'm telling you, I, and probably Corey, are just over it. Like, Chocho's not that interesting. I get it. We need some comedy. We got all this heavy shit getting dropped on us. We got dead organs and Sakura being held at knife point around all these DNA clones of an Orochimaru experiment. I get it. We need some jokes, you know. To me, it's always like that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the guy gets stabbed and then they cut to the other guy who gets shot in the ass. He's like, ah!
How are you supposed to take it seriously then?
Yeah, it's just...
Chocho is the equivalent of a dude getting shot in the ass.
It's just, man, just give her a little bit of depth. It's like when she doesn't like a character, I think even in this chapter she said she ran into Orochimaru and was like, oh, this guy can't be my dad because I don't like him.
She didn't even know if Orochimaru was a guy or a girl either. Which, you know, that's just another play on Orochimaru's very androgynous look. Which, it's really strange that when they decided to bring him back, he did another experiment to make him young. And my first thought is, how did he pull this off? Did he discover some sort of non-violent form of making this happen? No, this is Orochimaru. He's probably done a lot of really weird, freaky experiments in order to bring him to this brand new state. And I think that's really disturbing. And I think it's even more disturbing that they're just letting him openly perform these experiments unless they just really have him on, like, close watch. And they're like, you know, if you even try anything, I mean, you've seen Naruto, right? He fought a dude on the moon. You're not going to be able to do anything. I mean, maybe there's a possibility that Orochimaru has some brand new powers we don't know. Maybe this is all a part of his big mysterious plan. I will say, though, it is just good to see him. He's an amazing character. He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. He ain't telling lies. It's Orochimaru.
I really enjoyed this chapter, Corey. It's exactly what I like from my Naruto chapters. And I'm going to keep saying this. This feels maybe it's for the next generation, you know, but this still feels like Naruto, you know, mostly because Naruto, you know, maybe he's the Hokage, but he's still involved. I like how he even called, like, Sasuke a scumbag. He's like, ah, that fucker, he really did have sex with Karen, and this is, like, not his kid, not Sakura's kid. And it just seems interesting. So, and we've never seen our characters deal with this, like, Murray drama.
Yeah, this is very new for the characters.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting seeing them deal with something in a different dynamic, you know. Usually it's, who ate my ramen, you know, or dumb shit, and, like, help the kitty out of the tree and stuff, so.
And I'm not even sure if, like, Kishimoto may have, like, found his place yet in terms of doing this type of writing. He's never really done it before.
No, he hasn't.
And he's doing a pretty decent job of it. You know, I really thought he'd be stumbling all over the place with all these stories, but they're actually flowing really nicely, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this chapter. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 from me. What do you say, Ray?
I'm also going to give it a 4 out of 5. I was thoroughly entertained, not just because we got to see the return of Orochimaru, we got some color pages, but we also forgot we got to see the return of Yamato! Which is actually a pretty big deal.
I totally
because,
mention that.
again, he was another one of those characters who was sort of, like, oddly absent from the finale of the series, especially considering all the shit he went through. Because in the final arc of the series, dude just ended up getting captured by Poopy Zetsu, and then he ends up just getting captured and fighting, and then he gets freed, and that's pretty much it. I'm really glad we got to see him return. He has a slightly updated look, but it's still the same old Yamato. I think it was a missed opportunity not to do one of his creepy faces again, maybe to freak out Chocho and Sarada, but still, it was really great to see that character return, and I can't hope, you know, hopefully he'll do something really cool in this arc as well, but it makes sense that Yamato is here, because he himself is also a creation of Orochimaru, so they had to come for him for information, they had to, like, really figure out what Orochimaru is doing, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. It's just, this is an exciting time to be a Naruto fan, and this was an exciting chapter.
Real quick, Corey, you really still predict Orochimaru's pulling the strings behind the scenes, behind Shin? Because I don't. I don't think that. I think that he, like Suigetsu, is just an independent being that escaped and is now wants to do his own thing. I
don't trust hybrid snake men.
You don't? Okay.
No, especially after all of the disturbing experiments that he has done. He's killed hundreds of people. He's imprisoned thousands.
And where's Kabuto?
Yeah, where is Kabuto? Is he just going to pop up out of nowhere? Is he going to be a wild card? I'm really interested to see what he's going to do. Maybe he reattained his sage abilities. I think that would be cool.
Maybe he is the actual one pulling the strings.
That would be interesting. Although, after the whole Izanami thing, I don't know if that's going to be fully possible, especially because, you know, Itachi basically sort of converted him to the Itachi side of the Force.
Mind fucked him.
Yeah, basically.
Into the good
but there is
side.
a possibility. I think if there was ever a time to bring back Kabuto, now would be the perfect opportunity, just because we finally got Orochimaru coming back. Otherwise, though, this was great. I loved it. More of this, please.
Yes. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure and give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Use our Amazon link to buy things on Amazon or donate through PayPal. Thank you guys again so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, we'd just be talking to a camera by ourselves.
And make sure to tell us what you guys thought about this week's chapter of Naruto Gaiden. If you had a favorite moment, if you have some theories, maybe Suigetsu messed up the experiment. Do you really believe that Karin is the mother of Sarada? Please tell us in the comments section below and what you hope to see from the rest of Naruto Gaiden.